Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Emily Marie, and today we're going to be talking about my coming out story. Insert rainbow here, hopefully. What is video editing? Let's take it way back, shall we? I think I started figuring out that I was into girls when I was probably like 13 or 14. I remember in specific I had this one friend. She was like, oh yeah, I'm bisexual. And I was like, what's bisexual? So then, it was a thing that you don't have to like boys. Who would have thought there was such a thing even called being gay, or that it was even a thing to begin with? So when I figured it out, it definitely took a lot of time, a lot of self-exploring. I think I was finally ready to tell my mom when I was about 16. Even then I wasn't really ready. I was dating a girl at the time and we were long distance, and she gave me an ultimatum basically that I either come out to my family or we're not together anymore. But don't ever put someone in a situation like that. It's not cool, okay? We were texting that night and she was trying to tell me that like everything was going to be okay and my parents were still going to love me, but like it was something that I had to do if I wanted to keep her around. And so at the time I thought that she was like my whole world and I was going to die without her, so that's exactly what I did. I went to my parents' room and told my parents that I was gay. My mom was on the phone, so I was waiting for her to get off the phone. I remember this so vividly still. I was like texting my girlfriend and I was like freaking out, and then I finally went in there and I was right off the bat crying. I didn't even need to say anything. And I sat down in the bed and I was just like, Mom, there's something I really need to tell you and I don't know how you're going to react. I just want you to still love me. And she was like, she obviously had an idea of what it was when you start a sentence like that. And I hadn't had boyfriends in the past several months and hadn't talked about boys and never really had any serious relationship with boys. I mean, not that it was expected, but my mom wasn't totally blindsided, let's say that. But when I did tell her, I remember sitting there and just saying, I don't like boys, I don't like boys, I don't like boys. I never said that like I was gay, or I never said that I like girls. I just said I don't like boys the whole time. And so the same thing any other mom would do. We cried, we talked, we had heart-to-hearts. She asked how long I'd known or how long I've been thinking about it, if something had happened, she had done something wrong, if my parents had done something wrong, until she finally came to terms with, it's still my daughter, she's still the girl that I know and love. She just also loves girls, and there's nothing wrong with that. I didn't say it was as simple as that, because it wasn't. After the conversation, me and my mom didn't talk for several days. It was very awkward, very light, tense, and I don't know. Coming around months later, and here I am now, 20, and she still is my number one supporter. Absolutely my number one supporter. She still, you can tell, is weary about certain things, and that's normal. I grew up in a Christian-based household with old school parents. And with my dad. My dad, I remember we were standing in the kitchen and he just looked at me and he put a hand on my shoulder and he was just like, so I know so-and-so isn't just a friend. Yeah. And he was just like, it's okay, I love you no matter what, marry whoever you want to marry as long as they make you happy, it'll make me happy. And it was a really heartfelt moment, because my dad's not really like a touchy-feely guy, but that was definitely brought us closer together. And it's never really been too much of a topic of conversation with my dad. Like I said, he's not a touchy-feely guy, he's not really into his feelings too much, so he probably tells my mom a lot more than he would ever tell me about it. As for my brother was so simple. He came home one day from school and he was like, so I heard you're a lesbian. And I was like, yep. He gave me a high five and he was like, now we can talk about girls together. Went about our day. I love my brother. He's the best. I was very lucky to have such an easy family and such an easy, loving, caring, supporting family, a good backbone, a good support system. Like, I don't know what I would do without them type family. When it comes to my friends, I came out to one friend. I remember I messaged her on Tumblr and I told her that I was gay. And then she ended up telling one of our friends. So it was just word of mouth, basically, from my friends. And, like, that was fine. But once I became more comfortable saying that I was gay, I was able to just tell anyone. Now I can just say it to whoever. I can say it to a stranger walking down the street. I can say it to my dog. I can say it to whoever. I can say it to my plants. Like, I'm gay. I'm gay, world. I'm gay, YouTube. I'm gay, internet. What's up? It's not a big deal to me anymore, but I remember back then it was such a huge deal that, like, I couldn't even get the words out. That's so crazy. But yeah, that was my coming out story. Pretty simple, pretty boring, I guess. I have an amazing family, and I really want to know everybody else's coming out stories. I'm really curious to see what your guys' experiences were. So leave a comment down below if you want to tell me about your coming out story, and I'll be sure to reply back, because I'm sure nobody's going to comment, and whatever. I'm going to be replying to nothing. So I hope you all have a wonderful, beautiful day, because it's a beautiful day to be alive, even though it's raining a little bit. It's still a beautiful day to be alive, and yeah, go out and do something with your lives.